Doors. You know it, I know it. A global phenomenon that took over Roblox back in 2022. It grabbed the attention of many people, even ones outside the platform. And due to how much popularity it has gotten, other people of course want the same, spawning hundreds if not thousands of fan games from a simple concept. Even though some of them weren't done well, one of them caught my eye: Pressure. Pressure is a Doors-like inspired game where you, surprise, press W for 30 minutes. It was of course inspired by Doors, but also Iron Lung, Ultra Kill, and SCP Containment Breach, which is a pretty weird combo that doesn't seem to mix well. Made by Urban Shade, Hadal Division, the lead developer, Zeal, has been working on the game since June of last year, posting frequent development updates back then and still to this day, which was how I originally knew about it. They even got Gianni Matragrano to voice one of the characters in the game, which was never expected for me. Although closed right now, the game has had several testing phases throughout development, and the latest one was its last, also being the only time I got to check out the game, as I didn't even know they had testing. Before I even talk about the main gameplay, I'll gloss over the lobby first. I really love how the lobby looks. You aren't given much information on where you are due to the vast ocean ahead of you. Only the submarines lined up waiting for you to get in. It sets up the atmosphere for the game pretty well, making you question why you're even here. Why are we going into the ocean? What's with all these cargo boxes and giant locked metal doors? But enough out of lobby, time for actual gameplay. As mentioned earlier, the submarines are your transportations to the site. Like in many of these Doors-type games, there's a pre-run shop to buy items at the start of the round to assist you on your journey. You are then dropped onto your destination with no idea where you're getting to other than, doors. Opening the first door, you immediately realized how detailed this game is. While Doors has its fair share of room details, this one has way more. Even the small stuff like showing if the doors lock or not. Some of these rooms show how big the facility you're in is, making you anxious as you walk through these big areas, normally filled with people. One of the reasons I love this game are the special sections you can come across on your run. These spawn randomly and add depth and variety to the already large amount of types of rooms you can walk into. Some sections make you go underwater, which is really unique by the way, completely changing the game. Some sections go into vents, some even have you navigate through the ocean floor. These special sections can also either help or hinder you. For example, the aquarium-like sections with large windows makes you more vulnerable to one of the monsters, while the server room section provides extra hiding spots from another type of monster. Speaking of monsters, let's talk about them. The game currently has about 8 main entities, each with their own little quirks you have to survive through, with more coming when the game finishes. I'm not gonna talk about every monster because this video will last 20 minutes, so I'll only note the interesting ones. The Angler rushes quickly through the rooms, flickering lights before its arrival, like Rush. It also has 3 other variants it can appear as. They each do the same thing, but slightly different, like how Pinky doesn't flicker the lights and sometimes Angler attacking from the front if it likes. Infestation is a bull shark-like abomination with tons of eyes, which attracts your camera to stare at it, dealing damage and having you to fight off the urge to look at it. You can tell in which direction Infestation is coming from by the neon green light it emits. However, it only has a chance to attack when a window is present, making it a bit rarer than the Angler.
Detonation. Follow my orders.
Squiddles are squid creatures that only appear in the dark. They also have different faces. Look at him, he's so silly. They're usually pretty chill until you try to blind it with light, giving you a couple seconds to turn it off before it attacks. They also get aggressive when you stand beside them for too long. It's fine, I get it. I'm personal space too, man. Pandemonium, which is my least favorite one, acts like the Angler at the beginning, making lights flicker and all that, but that's where it gets you. When hiding, instead of just rushing through the rooms, Pandemonium will force you into a minigame, making you keep your cursor in the middle of the screen while it bashes its body trying to open the locker. This also flings your cursor away for a couple seconds, making you have to get it back to the middle to survive the encounter. Aside from the final section of the game, this is probably where you'll feel tension the most, as a single mistake could easily break your run.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude!
After you reach door 100, you're greeted with this grand room that's sure to make you awe in some way. After walking through a couple airlock doors, the game is over, right? This is not doors, dumbass, of course it doesn't end here. In the next room, you see something glowing in the middle, so as you do, you go towards it. After collecting this crystal piece, the facility goes into full alarm mode, making loud siren noises. Every room after this will only get harder, as from now on, it will be pitch black for you, in which light sources are really needed, or else you can't see 2 feet in front of you. During this, it'll be harder to know if the angler is approaching, as you have no flickering lights to alert you, so I have to rely on sound. After about 20 rooms or so, I don't really know myself, I was logging in during this period, you reach the end. Hooray! Yippee! You did it! There's supposed to be a finale of some sort with a boss fight, but it wasn't finished, so instead, you get a free book. It's not just a book, it glows. You can also change its color if you have short attention span, and that's pressure. I left some stuff up as they'll either be in the next section, or I'm just too lazy to include. Just play the game when it's out. Alright, now that that's done, it's time for
Whoa. There's so many things to read. What are you trying to do, kill me?
Now, I wouldn't put this section in the video if I didn't care about the story so much. This game is littered with lore, but I'm not gonna explain everything. That's for your own research. I'll just mention tidbits of the main storyline from what I understand from the lore drops we were given. Even the wiki doesn't have all the information necessary, as the game closed testing, so some things might not be correct, or have gone through changes that I don't know of. I'm just putting some puzzle pieces together hoping they fit. In Pressure, you are hired by Urban Shade, not the Roblox group, to gather loose assets, these being the files and thumb drives you collect, and also the crystal located at the end of the facility, called the Ridge. It's never told how you got in the hands of Urban Shade, but all you know is that you are expendable. You are not the first group to be sent out here, meaning that every group before you are presumably dead. You are also not expected to return with the crystal, as they can just send new people down there. But if you do, you'll gain compensation, which I think is very unlikely to happen. The facility, known as the Hadal Black Site, was a site built by Urban Shade. Deep in the Norwegian Sea, Urban Shade discovered a deep trench previously unknown to anyone. Around 67,320 stats deep, they found out that the pressure of the ocean has a huge difference, changing from an ocean-crushing depth to that of a swimming pool. For some reason, I guess physics stopped rendering there. This is why you're able to use basic diving helmets to explore the ocean floor. They probably cost $20 on Amazon. The whole area was then called the Lead Van Zone. Urban Shade, being the first one to discover this area, quickly hid all information related to it so other people wouldn't find out, even as far as stopping the world map from updating. Talk about gatekeeping, am I right? Since no one else knows about this secret rat hangout, Urban Shade decided to turn it into a testing facility to conduct experiments. These experiments are most likely what caused the birth of the monsters we see in the game. During construction of the Hadal Black Site, Urban Shade found out that convicts don't really like being convicts and often try to escape. Not that they can due to the immediate implosion from trying to escape the Lead Van Zone. Due to this, they invented the Prisoner Diving Gear, PDG, that must be worn by all prisoners moving forward. The PDG is equipped with, and I'm not kidding, a literal shotgun pointed to the head of the wearer, which can be activated by a remote button in case the prisoners were being extra sus. If you're in a round of the game, sometimes you'll come across a monster displaying Black Site Lockdown, telling all employees to flee the facility or hide in shelters. That's why there's no trace of anyone in the Black Site except you. But what caused this lockdown to happen? Introducing Sebastian Solis, a prisoner proved guilty of murdering 9 people and sentenced to death by an electric chair. However, before this happened, Urban Shade quickly swooped him up for themselves, made a fake execution report declaring Sebastian dead. In 2015, Sebastian partook in an experiment of merging DNAs of an anglerfish, a sea snake, and a blue whale. The experiment surprisingly worked, giving Sebastian the ability to breathe underwater, however turned his body into that of a sea serpent. During the year, it was found out that the original 9 murder case accusations were false, proving Sebastian actually guilty. He wasn't informed about this, however, as Urban Shade already declared him dead, and because of how he looks, obviously. During a transport, Sebastian took an anesthesia dosage, only to fake it and kill the guards transporting him, and taking their high-level keycard in the moment. Using the keycard, Sebastian decided it's the land of freedom, and released all the monsters containing their cells, which caused this lockdown to happen. This is why you were sent to the facility, seemingly to retrieve the crystal back to Urban Shade so they can utilize its power more, even if taking it brings the whole place down. On your journey to the crystal, none other than Sebastian himself is sent to help you. He's the one you see running the shop near the middle of the game. I'm sure he's a great shopkeeper.
Kill yourself!
He's also the one you meet once you die, giving you documents regarding the thing you died to, while being a sarcastic little ass about it. The documents work by giving you little information at the start, only revealing more and more the more you die from the same ordeal. You can also view the documents at the lobby if that's your thing, which is a cool accessibility feature. These documents are not only for monsters to see in the facility, but also regarding Urban Shade and the many shady shit behind it. And that, in short, is the story of Pressure so far. Going forwards, I have no fucking clue where the game is heading, but I got some ideas. 1. We managed to get off the Halo Black side alive with the crystal, and instead of Urban Shade freeing us, they either execute us for knowing too much about the company, or send us down on another emergency mission down the line. Idea 2. We don't get out of the Halo Black side alive, due to whatever final showdown at the end of the ridge is, making us go down deeper into the facility. Now, this is completely original, I have no idea what you're talking about. Pressure presents itself more than just a DORS copy, filled with intricate details from the huge room varieties to the story itself. It shows how dedicated the team is of this project, and I wish nothing but success for them. Like I mentioned before, I didn't explain absolutely everything, as there's so many interesting things in the game that I think it's worth a read yourself. The current amount of monsters encounterable right now seems quite balanced as well, and I can't wait for more unique ones in the future. I don't really have anything to criticize other than sometimes I feel like there's too many drawers and places for items to spawn. Not that that's a bad thing in smaller rooms, but it's quite a problem in bigger rooms and later on in the game if you don't have a reliable light source. That's pretty much it. If you're a fan of doors, then definitely give this game a try. Plus, if I feel like it, I might make more videos on the game when it releases. Depends if I'm lazy or not. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention Urban Shade's logo means that anyone affiliated with the company becomes sinners and gets sent to hell after death? No? Well, I guess I did forget.